Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the channel. Once again, welcome to the delayed flight. A friend of the channel, in this clip with the title MSFS 2020 Performance, Mr. Ahmad Rivai, or Jocks Pay or Jocks Fay, is a very interesting question that I would like to answer as much as I can. He writes that the game asks for a mandatory update of 70 gigabytes. So this is the question, what to do. So I will try to answer this question both ways, directly and indirectly. So ladies and gentlemen, sooner or later you find this screen, isn't it? Since MSFS 2020 asks for a mandatory update, the truth is that you cannot proceed. I mean, you cannot actually reach this screen. You saw probably in other tutorials, you cannot enter the game. You must first try safe mode, and then if you make some adjustments to the settings here, you log off and then you can log on normally in normal mode. Suppose our friend Mr. Ahmad Rivai has the similar problem. What to do to press install 70 gigabytes or not to press? Of course he must press install because there is no way to avoid this. Now since this update is quite a big one, I mean 70 giga is too much, I don't know if Ahmad deleted something by mistake, because in general, okay, these updates are, let's say, 5, 6, 7 gigabytes, which is already too much. First answer is that since you cannot avoid it, you must press install, you will leave your computer loading, and after how much? After half a day, you will return and you can finally enter the game. Now the question is what we do afterwards. And now we go to the indirect answer of this question after you reach this menu finally. And here there are some interesting things to say. Notice that here this is a little bit blurred, and also flight training, first flight airport and flight training, a little bit blurred. After you enter the game, you go profile, okay, and then you go content manager, and here we will see some interesting things about liveries, how to install and how to delete liveries. Other clips about the community folder, how to install files in your community folder and how to delete files from your community folder. It is good to have a look first. So here is my content manager, and here we see not installed. There are 355 files and some of them big files. So if we go here, I press here, not installed. Actually, these files I install from time to time. Don't have nothing that you don't use. If you want to use some of these files, you may as well install them. But otherwise, it is good not to have these files. I deleted all the liveries. I deleted all the tutorials about flights. I have deleted all the flight challenges. I have deleted all the bush flights, how are they called? And I kept only what is necessary. Let me give you an example. For instance, let us go to the files which are installed. Okay, these are installed. These files here are installed. Okay. About the liveries, keep one livery. These liveries take, I think, tenths of gigabytes, and they are useless. You want to keep them? It is your own choice. But if you don't need them, here's how you delete files. For instance, this one, I installed it again, I reinstalled this file only to show you how this works. 103 solo, you don't want the liveries in general, so you just delete the file. Delete. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. And you just delete the file is deleted. Now, if we go to not installed files, which is here, I can as well type 103, isn't it? Here is the file. And if I want to install this file again, I just press install, and the file is installed again in my computer. You see the white line, I suppose. So once again, since that was only an example, I mark the file and once again I delete the file. Yes. So let us not insist. I showed you how you can delete files. If, for instance, I want to fly in Europe or over some European cities, or if I want to fly above Texas or France and so on, of course I can as well reinstall it. So let us have a closer look what I have deleted already and what I would suggest you to delete in case that you don't use these files. You mark not installed or installed, whichever category you want, and for instance I type push. How is it? Exactly, you see all these bush strips here, you can mark each one and delete. Here of course it will appear delete, and I think 50-60 gigabytes. I mean, it is quite a lot. The game loads much more easier, isn't it? All the training flights, I have deleted them. If you want to delete, for instance, the training flights, you go here and you type training, isn't it? And then you press search. I have deleted many of the liveries. For instance, if I type here liveries, liver, okay. All these are liveries. We have a look at the not installed files that I have deleted. Have a look here. Is there any reason to fly with World Travel or with Pacific? I just want you to have a look here. You see that? I have deleted all the liveries. So especially about these three kinds of files, training flights, bush trips, and liveries, you can as well delete them. And you can keep only the ones that you like. For instance, if we go here, installed, okay. For instance, here there are some files that I have chosen. This KLM, for instance, I kept, isn't it? It is a beautiful plane, the 747 of KLM. So we see here in the community folder actually, this, okay, these are the files that Malaysia and so on, that I have kept and that I downloaded from Flight Sim.to. So in general, long story told short, here are the files that I have kept, the installed files. And if you see, I have all the necessary liveries, the liveries that I downloaded from Flight Sim.to. I even kept some discovery flights, a few ones. I have all the necessary Garmin systems and so on. These kind of files I kept. Anyhow, I will not insist any further. Liveries, then you type bush trips, and then you type training, and you as well delete them. Here are the files. You see actually installation available. Let's say this bus trip, for instance, Patagonia. Okay, so you press here install and it's back in your game. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is all for now. I will not insist any further. For my friend Ahmad, this is what I would suggest him to do, to accept since you cannot avoid it, and when you finish, go to the content manager and delete every file that you don't need. Thank you for watching this clip and hope to see you soon to the next one. Till then, you take care. Bye for now.